The House Oversight Committee voted today to subpoena Attorney General Pam Bondi as part of its investigation related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick has agreed to answer questions on his alleged ties to Epstein. Lutnick claims he cut off contact with Epstein in 2005, but emails show the secretary and his family visited Epstein's private island in 2012. Lutnick says they had lunch and left after an hour. The two were also neighbors in New York City, and documents from the Epstein files show they had a business relationship as recently as 2014. This photo shows Lutnick, Epstein, and 3 other men. It appears to have been taken on Epstein's island on an unknown date. Last month, the Justice Department removed the picture from its Epstein Files archive site. It's since been restored. The Oversight Committee has not yet announced a date for Lutnick's interview. For more, let's bring in Massachusetts Democratic Congressman Stephen Lynch. He's a senior member of the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Congressman, thank you for being here.
Good to be with you, Lindsay.
What do you hope to learn from Secretary Lutnick and Attorney General Bondi?
Well, 2 different situations. One, Mr. Lutnick gave, false information when he was first approached about this. As you mentioned, he said he broke off all communications. Yet we have pictures and evidence that he was on Epstein's island far after he was convicted of being a pedophile. So that's problematic. We want to know. Look, he's the next door neighbor of Epstein in New York. He has the mansion next door to Epstein's. And so he has plenty of opportunity to observe Epstein. We don't know the level of his involvement. With Pam Bondi, it's a different situation. She has withheld meaningful and important documents from Congress. She scrubbed the information that she gave to Congress from all references to Donald Trump. So we knew some of that evidence was there and it was not forthcoming. So we subpoenaed her today because of the amount of falsehood and because of the repeated obstructions that she has laid in the way of this investigation.
Do you know what documents the Department of Justice under Pam Bondi's leadership has not disclosed to Congress?
There are about 3 million documents that they haven't given us yet. They had 6 million. They've given us 3 million, but we don't know the nature of those documents. We do know that some of a large tranche of the information that identified President Donald Trump, that was withheld by Bondi until we discovered it through the lawyers for the victims in this case. And so when we compared notes, we knew that those documents existed, yet they weren't in the information that Attorney General Bondi delivered to Congress. So, I mean, that in itself is obstruction of justice. So I don't know what her excuse is going to be, but it's just it's beyond coincidence that all the stuff that had Trump's name on it was not delivered to Congress. So we think it's obstruction of justice.
So you voted today to subpoena her. What are the next steps?
Well, we'll have to work on a date for both her and Lutnick. Lutnick agreed to an interview, so we didn't have to subpoena him, but we were prepared to do so.
The committee has also asked 7 more people, including Bill Gates, to testify about their alleged ties to Epstein. What is your end goal?
The end goal is to get all the information we can on this. It's been a long time for these young women in terms of getting justice, but this, the number of victims in this case is very large. It's hundreds and hundreds of young women. There's trafficking going on from Eastern Europe to the United States. There's trafficking going from Mar-a-Lago to Epstein's estate. So, Epstein had a pretty robust video system in all his mansions and all the different rooms. So we believe there's probably more evidence there that would allow us to discover all the people who are involved here. We want to hold everyone accountable who should be held accountable.
And in January, you voted to hold former President Clinton in contempt of Congress if he didn't appear. I know you told Major Garrett with the takeout that Hillary Clinton's name was only in the files a handful of times. It was really Bill Clinton you wanted to talk to. Were you satisfied with their testimony?
I was. We've only recently been able to see the transcripts, but obviously both the Republican and Democratic committee members were very thorough I think Secretary Clinton was especially, convincing and direct and just very good, a very good witness. In spite of some of the antics on the part of my Republican colleagues, taking pictures of her during a proceeding that should have been private and posting them on the internet.
Right, Lauren
I thought
Boebert.
President Clinton gave fair answers as well to those few instances where he was in Epstein's company, but also in the presence of his security detail as well.
Congressman Stephen Lynch, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lindsay.